there's a really big part of this conversation that doesn't get addressed, and it really is mental and it's
Yeah.
emotional. And we are human beings, and human beings are social beings, and
Yep.
we are emotional. So we have emotions around everything. And when you pull together this total knee replacement on top of it, it really does paint a different picture.
I think that was something that I wasn't prepared for, was that side, the emotional side.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, besides the pain and everything else, the emotional side of what I went through, yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
I am interviewing Owen Brown. Owen Brown lives in, you're gonna best tell me that. I'm actually not gonna tell you that, but I'm just gonna introduce you as someone who has been through a knee replacement, and not kind of the standard either. Standard knee replacement. You didn't have the standard recovery. So I would love to get your story, and I would love to hear more about it. First, start with where you are in the world.
So I live in a place called Banbury, which is in the UK. It's a small, quaint market town,
Where is it close to?
Oxford.
Talk a little bit about your story, like how it came to be that you, like, because I don't know how things go in the international markets. I know that your knee replacement was much different. The procedure was much different than mine.
So I waited nearly 17 years for my knee replacement. Things are done a little different over here, in the sense that we we pay for national health.
Hmm.
So our national health is, so out of our wages, we pay a subsidiary towards national insurance. Therefore, our healthcare is free.
Okay.
Um, so things take a lot longer to happen. Um, so basically, I used to be a builder. Um, it took a, a huge toll on my knees, both knees. Whereas about 17, 18 years ago, I had arthroscopic procedures on both knees at the same time.
Oh, wow.
They told me I would be off work for roughly 16 weeks. I was off for 13 months, and
Wow.
that's what finished my building career. From that date to when I finally had my surgery, my knee replacement surgery, I had, I think, four surgeries, three on the left, three on the left and one on the right. Um, so yeah, things were pretty dragged out, to be fair.
Right. Yes. They did everything they could to try and save them.
Yeah, arthroscopic procedure, a lateral release. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Like it's a 4-inch incision on the inside. Um, that actually ripped 2 days after my 2 days after I had it done. So I was back in the hospital 2 or 3 days later.
Wow.
Um, had torn meniscus, had surgery for that. And then 10th of May last year, I finally had my knee replacement surgery.
Yeah. Now that you're to your knee replacement, because I know that there are a lot of people that have multiple surgeries. I had multiple surgeries before my knee was replaced as well. I did not choose that route for my right knee. When that one was going, I was like, take it. I don't want to, I'm not messing around with this. So, um, but let's go into your knee replacement, and let's talk about your adventure through your knee replacement.
You could pretty much call it an adventure. It was the surgery itself was fine. Again, I mean, nothing. Nobody. I didn't actually know anybody that had a knee replacement, so I couldn't gain advice from anybody.
Mhm.
Everything that I'd done, I tried to find online.
Yeah.
Um, and if you Google things, Google is, it can absolutely blow your mind. A lot of things are true. There's a lot of false things as well.
Hmm.
So. trying to gain information before my surgery, it was pretty difficult. So yeah, I had my surgery May 10th last year. Surgery was fine. Had two nights in hospital for it. Um, Released. Yeah, the pain is something I didn't quite expect. Um, like as I say, nothing prepares you for it. But I'll jump forward a little bit to, I think it was day 8, day 9. The pain was just intense. I couldn't put up with the pain. So I phoned the doctors and they prescribed me Oromorph. I don't know what you got. It's liquid morphine, and that's what we call it over here. Um, they said, take it. You'll know when it works. Um, when it does start working, stop taking it during the day, but only take it at night. It's fine. So for 5 days, I took that. Um, on the fifth night, it was a warm May spring evening. Windows were open. I woke up. I was itching. It turned out I had a reaction to the morphine. So not only was I trying to put up with the pain of the knee, I then, well, as it turns out, I had a full-on anaphylactic shock to the morphine. The only saving grace, it was everywhere apart from my throat. So 2 stays in hospital for that, to get me better, and it just put my whole journey um, back. My mindset was in the wrong place. Um, I don't think I've ever been so low in my life. And then I found your group, and you know, and that changed my. I'm going to say it changed my life. It changed my whole mindset. I dropped you a message. I mean, we exchanged a few messages. Um, your yet to getter ethos I struggled with to begin with. And then something you said, I can't remember what it was. The penny dropped, and you changed my life. You changed
Oh.
my mindset. Forever, eternally grateful for that, for what you've done
I
for me.
One question that I had was, did they give you anything outside when they released you on that second day from your knee replacement from the hospital? Did they give you something for your pain?
So, I know medications are different between our two countries.
Yeah.
Here, it's paracetamol
Okay.
and codeine,
Okay.
which is, I mean, it didn't do much for me to
Right.
be honest. The pain that I went through, I would wish on nobody.
I can only imagine. I was well medicated, is what I'll say. And it still was a lot. It was a lot. There was a lot of things that I had to do in order to be comfortable. So I cannot imagine. I have had several people reach out that they can't even be on pain medicine. Of course,
Sure.
your hope for this liquid morphine would have
So
been,
yeah, so not only did I have an anaphylactic, I also came out in hives.
oh, yeah.
Um, I think you probably remember the picture that I posted.
Yes.
I'm no Tom Cruise, but I looked a lot better than that, you
It's
know.
so funny you say that. It's a good point to make because you were just getting one blow after another after another. It wasn't just the knee replacement, it was the pain that came with it. And pain does
Absolutely.
something to us up here. Like there is a chemical thing that happens in our brain when we're in pain, and it automatically, like no matter what, that becomes the center of your life. I am so grateful that you caught something and caught the group because what I was seeking to do was create a space where people could come and share their story and then figure out how I could kind of change a perspective, even just a little bit. Because sometimes when you're down in the depth where you were at, it is hard to be like, well, put on a smile, everything's going to be great. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So there
Yeah.
is a like a safe space that if you can just like one thing that is not going well, if you can just add a yet to that and just know that it's not always going to be like this. It seems big and it seems huge right now, but it's not. It's not always going to be like this.
The wealth of information, the people that are on I am titanium to if you need information, they those people are there for you. They are. It's like family. Just can't describe it.
It's something that I wanted to create the community aspect of it because it doesn't feel good when you're surrounded by your people, right? Your family, the people that love you the most, and they're looking at you like you have a third eye because you're still having problems. You know what I mean? You're still having issues. You're still
Absolutely.
having pain and you're still not able to go do things the way that you were. And now we're on 3 months and people are
Yeah.
looking at you weird. It's nice to fit into the weird ones
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
group, in a group,
Yeah. For
in a
sure.
place
Yeah.
where, you know what, this is just a stop. This is just a season of your life. And then when you're done, you're going to go on and you're going to have a
Mm,
whole life outside.
mm,
How is your knee doing now? Your replaced knee.
mm. So so.
Okay.
So I'm now, what are we now? 14 coming on 50, 14 coming on 15 months. Um, I've just, I think I said to you I fell last
Yes.
week or the week before.
Yes.
Um, I'm getting a lot of shin pain.
Okay.
Um, then where on the outside too, where the nerves are, I'm getting a lot of shin pain this last week, 2 weeks. Whether that's because I fell or not, I don't know. I did have X-rays.
Mhm.
They seem to think it's fine.
Okay.
There's nothing's loose. Everything's working as it should be. Why I've got shin pain, I don't know, but it's obviously radiating down from my knee. Um, a couple of days last week, I swollen foot, swollen ankle,
Yeah.
and pins and needles, something which I've not had since I had my surgery. Ice and elevation. That's the only thing I can do to help.
Are you
Yeah,
having
sorry.
pain with every step?
No, 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 no. Nighttime's the worst.
Okay.
So I do a physical job, so obviously that does not help.
Right.
Um, it's okay if it's sitting down, watching TV, relaxing, as long as I've got my feet up on a stool or something. Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's quite painful.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a radiating pain. It's
But your doctors know, right? So you're
absolutely, yeah,
been in to see your doctor.
yeah, yeah.
And that's always, did they suggest anything? Did you get physical therapy after your knee replacement?
I was told to do exercise. Fit. This is one of my biggest bugbears between our two countries, and I've voiced that many, many times on the group. Um, we're told to do exercises. I mean, nobody actually does anything with you. Nobody's monitoring what I'm doing. I could just walk in and say, yes, I've done my exercises. They wouldn't know any different.
Right.
Yes, I do them. I'm trying to help myself, but nobody actually monitors it. Nobody. I just feel it's very different between our two countries.
It is, for
Yeah,
sure. But I went to physical therapy the next day after my knee replacement. Within 30 hours, I was back in physical therapy. So, and hands-on physical, like he moved my knee. Not it did not feel good when he did that. But I mean, it
yeah,
was necessary to get
yeah.
where we got. I only ask because PT at least in the States, the physical therapist is trained, they have medical training. So my
Mhm.
PT has been a godsend when it comes to understanding things in my knee. What I will tell you though, to kind of ease your wonder, right? Because
Mhm.
we do. And this is why I'm building the knee replacement. I'll go into that in a second because I have a thing on my knee. There's something that is not with the other one. Like
Yeah.
when you have two, it puts you in a really great position to be like, this is not what
Mm.
that one's doing. When I go downstairs, sometimes that knee moves. And I had a torn ACL before my knee replacement. So that knee shifted a lot and it
Yeah, yeah.
like that, except worse, like jarring, jolting.
Mm.
So I went and got an x-ray too. The joint itself is fine. It's perfect. And I think
Mhm.
that's the frustration that we have with
Yeah,
the orthosurgeons because
sure.
they really are the fix-it guys, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, I'm telling you the part is fine. And
Mm.
he said it's on the soft tissue. My muscles on either side of my knee are not being supportive. So that's something that I need to work on. That knee does ache after that happens. It takes time to get
Yeah,
that
yeah.
back. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're in this ginger spot where you're having to be on it all the time.
I think I'm struggling. As I said, my right one, I just had a cortisone injection in that about 4 weeks ago. Um, I think I've undone the good that that done when I fell. So I'm putting more and more pressure on my left knee, which is the replacement knee.
Mhm.
I'm in a catch 22,
Yeah,
so I've, as far as I'm concerned at the moment, I've got two bad knees.
right. Yes,
You
I
know,
understand.
it's very difficult. It's what do you do for the best?
What is your prognosis on your other knee?
They've said it needs replacing, but again, this is where our two countries differ. They will exhaust all of their options before it's done. For a cortisone injection, here it's a 36-week wait
Holy smokes.
because I'm still under, or I was still under PT a few weeks back. He could see what I had done with my right knee. Um, he put a note on the system. They sent me through, and actually, I went to the top of the list. So I had it. That was on the. I think that was on the Monday or the Tuesday, and on the Friday, I managed to get the injection. So I jumped that 36-week queue,
Yeah.
which was a godsend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fear because I fell,
Yeah.
I've now undone the good that done.
Right.
So I don't know. I have no idea what's next.
The best scenario, right, would be that when you go in on the 8th, they say, okay, like let's take it, let's do it and get it done. Um, and unfortunately, you still have the other one healing from your fall. But in that case, what happens with your job? What happens at work when you go
Um,
for your knee replacement?
because I've been there a few years. I actually get a week's sick pay for every year that I've been there.
Okay.
So I'm very lucky in that respect. So
Right.
I do still get paid, or
Okay.
they will pay me for up to about 3 months full
Okay.
pay.
Okay. Were you able to get that for your other knee as well?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
It was a struggle at the end. I was off work total of 4 months
Okay.
for my left knee.
Right.
Um, it was not a nice journey.
Yeah.
It was. I struggled.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, not
And
just physically, but mentally as well. I really struggled.
when you were struggling, what did you do? Where did you find peace in the middle of the ugly?
I am titanium.
How did I am titanium? Okay,
Yeah,
good. I'm glad to hear that. I really am because that's exactly what the group is for.
I, I, I don't think you understand what your group does for people.
I don't think I do either.
I really
I
don't.
want to understand that. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah. It's. not just yourself, but the people that interact with you. They're amazing. They
Yes.
are absolutely amazing people.
Yes. And to that side, I always wondered about that because I didn't want it to just turn into another knee replacement group. You can find knee replacement groups like you wouldn't believe. I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted it to be a supportive place that people could just stop in and drop their net for a little while and then pick it up and go. God is really good about bringing to that group everybody that is kind of blessed in that way because there are so many givers in that group that I
Mm.
don't even know how they got there, but they're there. I want to touch the people that are meant for me to touch. That's
Yeah.
it. Because if I can just make one change for perhaps in Owen's life, right? Maybe Owen will go on and go do his glorious things that he does and make everybody laugh on Facebook. So if you're not following Owen, follow Owen. I'm just so grateful that you have the things to say that you do. And I'm really grateful that you have the hub moving forward. That's going to grow and it's going to be a tool that you're going to be able to move forward with.
It's a shame, from my perspective, that that wasn't available to me before I had my operation. Obviously, you've built that up
Yeah.
progressively now. It, and when you finally did release it, I mean, I, it's the good that you do. I can't explain it. I really can't.
I appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate your kind words and just everything that you've done for yourself. Because I think this is so much more about you than you think it is. Because all I did was say words on the screen. You actually were the one to do it every day. You
For
were the
sure. Yeah.
one that did
Yeah.
the flip and said, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm going to manage this and I'm going to go on. I'm going to
Yeah.
get stronger. So I just want to commend you because this is not work that's just done one time and you're done. This is
Mm.
work that takes every effort from you all the time. All the time.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for chatting with me today, Owen. I
No,
really
thank you.